Good morning, my dear student. Today we discuss about the absorption of drug. This is the most important part of the pharmacokinetics, and it is the first criteria for the pharmacokinetics, the absorption of drugs. Because when it is the drug will be absorbed, after absorption, then goes to the circulation and distribution, finally the biotransformation and bioavailability of the drugs, that is depend on the absorption of the drugs. How much absorption of the drugs, that will be the availability of the drugs and bioavailable. Ultimately we will get the therapeutic activity of the drug. So drug absorption is a very important parameters, otherwise you will not get the therapeutic activity. So first we start the first part of the pharmacokinetics, ADME, or absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion. And this is the first topic to discuss today. Absorption. Absorption, after absorption of the drug product goes to the plasma, and this plasma it goes to the intravascular fluid, that means extravascular fluid, that means it outside the blood vessels, and another part is goes to the site of action and also reverse also, and another after the action will be over it will be eliminated, and these extravascular fluid and the site of action are totally or simultaneously it should call the distribution. So distribution part is the just after the absorption, then goes to the extracellular extravascular fluid and the site of action, or vice versa, it is called the distribution of the drug. So first of all, the distribution of the drug, better we'll discuss about the absorption of the drug. The drug is a very injectable and intravenous. If it is directly administered through intravenous, 100% drug absorbable. But in case of oral, this is very important, how it is absorbed or not. Because when the drug administered through orally, like tablet, capsule, or that type of dosage form, which is absorbed or not, this is very important, because there is some physiochemical parameters, pH of the environment, and so many other factors which are involved for the drug absorption. Otherwise drug will not be goes to the circulation. If not goes to the circulation, though no viability, ultimately drug effect will be hampered. So how it will be the drug will be absorbed in this context, it is very essential for your study. What is drug absorption? The process or movement of the unchanged form of the site of administration to the systemic circulation. That means when the drug will be administered, there unchanged form, there is no changes, no chemical reaction. There is unchanged formed or molecular form of the drug which is goes to the circulation. This is called the drug absorption. The effectiveness of the drug can only be assessed by the concentration at the site of action, because no other way how to measure the concentration of the effect, because the drug concentration is important is for the therapeutic activity. So how it will be measured? The effectiveness of the drug can only be assessed by the concentration at the site of action. Just in the simple method, you can draw a blood after 1 or 30 minutes to 1 hour, then collect the blood and blood sample, go and test it and get the concentration of the drug, because the minimum effective concentration which affect the drug action. It is difficult to measure the drug concentration at such site, very important factor, and instead the concentration can be measured more accurately in the plasma also, and there are always a correct correlation between the plasma concentration of drug and therapeutic response, because the therapeutic response or therapeutic activity which depend upon the concentration of the drug. So concentration of the drug at the site of action is very important. If suppose you take the drugs 500 milligram of paracetamol, but at the site of action it goes to the low level or sub-level concentration, then you will get the therapeutic activity, though having the drug having therapeutic activity. Only because of the sub-level concentration of the drug or low level of concentration of the drug, so the drug absorption will be delayed or not occur. This drug absorption is basically depend upon the structure of the cell, because all these drugs or the liquid or the solid, how it will be absorbed, basically it absorbed by the cell membrane. So cell membrane structure is the very essential component or pertinent component to whether the drug will be absorbed or not, or which type of drug absorbed by the cell membrane. This is very important. So we can study the structure of the cell membrane structure. You can see it. This is a 3-layer protein lipid. This skin plasma membrane, which is lipid, protein and lipid, or LPL structure, outer side of the cell membrane, and contain two protein. One is the peripheral protein, which is just horizontally or outside the cell membrane, and another is the integral protein. Integral protein means which is just outer surface to inner surface, which integrate the molecule from outside to inside or inside to outside. Another is the peripheral protein. This peripheral protein, which is present just outer side of the membrane or inner side of the membrane, it is called the peripheral protein. This is a basic structure. Another is the contains some phospholipids. So the structure of the lipid membrane of the outer side is basically lipid, and in the inner side also lipid, but in between this it is a protein layer. Basically this you see it, there is a head or tail like structure. Upper head, the phospholipid, it is a positive charge, and the tail is the negative charge, because this is positive head charge, which is a lipophilic substances can be absorbed, and the tail charge, which is hydrophilic substance. The tail portion, which is hydrophilic, and the head portion is the hydrophobic. So this is the basic structure of the cell membrane. Because it is this structure of the cell membrane, how it will be drug absorption. Cell membrane, the cell membrane is separated the living cell from the non-living surroundings, and thick barrier around 8 nanometer thickness, and control the traffic in or out of the cell, just like in your traffic control, which is vehicle goes to the forward or upward, backward direction, different direction. So the thickness or control the traffic, control the drug absorption in or out. And selective permeability, another very important parameter, the selectively permeability, because this cell membrane having another most important property is the permeability. Whether all types of drugs cannot be permeated to all types of cell membrane. Some cell having the some specific drug will be permeated, but others cannot be permeated. So it is called the semi-permeability or semi-permeable, because some drugs can passes to the some cell, or some cell, or vice versa, some particular cells which permeable to some particular substances. Always some substances which cross the more easily than the other hydrophobic versus hydrophilic. Hydrophilic versus hydrophobic. Made the phospholipid or protein, another macromolecules. This is the another factors. Proteins determines membrane specific function. Actually the protein determine those peripheral protein and the integral protein, which is determine the membrane specific function. And cell membrane, organelle membrane each have the unique collection of the protein, membrane protein or peripheral protein. It is loosely bound to the surface of the membrane, and cell surface identify the maker or the antigens. Integral protein penetrate the lipid bilayer, usually cross the whole membrane. Transmembrane protein transport the protein channel or permeage or the palm types of system, just like a. There are so many factors which affecting the drug absorption. Last class we discuss about this, the physiological factors affecting the oral absorption. This is very important. whether the drug will be absorbed or not, that will be depend upon the some physiological factor. Some the passage of the drug across the cell membrane by the so many mechanism. Number 1, it is the active transport. Number 2, facilitated diffusion. Number 3, passive diffusion. Number 4, pinocytosis, pore transport, ion pair formation. And main factors affecting the oral absorption: physiological factors, physicochemical factors, and the formulation factors. These are the 3 important factors to affecting the drug absorption, whether the drug will be absorbed or not. That will be mechanism of drug absorption. First of all, the passive diffusion. This is the commonest, and the most of the 90% of the drug can be absorbed by this mechanism. And in this method, passive diffusion, or it is called the diffusion. In this method, drug will be moves from higher concentration to low concentration. In that case, there is no energy will be required, and most of the lipophilic substances and the particle size of the drug is less than the 100 nanometer is called, is that type of substances are goes to the direct diffusion or passive diffusion. And the major process of absorption of the more than 90% of the drug can be absorbed by this mechanism. Basically, which type of drug are absorbed by this mechanism? First of all, the non-ionic diffusion, and the driving force, that means the concentration gradient or concentration or electrochemical gradient, that means higher concentration to low concentration, that will be affect the diffusion. And the difference in the drug concentration on either side of the main membrane, or that means concentration of the GIT and concentration of the plasma. If the concentration of the GIT and the plasma, CGIT and C plasma is greater, the greater the drug absorption, and the drug movement is result on the kinetic energy of the molecule also. So many factors can affect the passive diffusion, and passive diffusion is the process by which the drug can be absorbed around 90%, more than 90%. So this is the so before, in the case of formulation, you design the drug will be absorbed through passive diffusion through better drug absorption or better viability, better therapeutic activity. We can see it the lipid barrier, the outer membrane, and the extracellular space and intracellular space. In that case, how it will be absorbed? If it is the drug is the lipophilic and it is goes diffuse absorption by the passive diffusion, this is easily goes to the inner membrane of the cell membrane or inside the cell membrane. This is done by the mathematically, it is done by the scientists, the Fick's, and this is called the Fick's first law for diffusion. And how, whether or which factors to affect the drug absorption by the passive diffusion. This is the rate of diffusion equal to dq by dt, that means the amount of the drug at the certain time, dq or dt. It is varies dAKAW by H into CGIT minus C plasma. dq dt, it is the rate of diffusion, that means amount of the drug which will be absorbed and the certain part of the time. D is the diffusion constant. If the diffusion constant increases, the drug will be the better diffusion. A, surface area of the absorbing membrane for the drug diffusion. If the surface area of the absorbing window is higher, the higher will be the drug absorption. Say for example, if a stainer, if the surface area is much more, the higher the rate of the filtration. So in that type of case, in that type of matter occurred, if the surface area of the absorbing window is high, so the better absorption. And Km by W, it is the partition coefficient. It is another most important coefficient. That means which compound, which permeable to outer surface to inner surface. This is very important, and this partition coefficient of the drug between the lipoidal membrane and the aqueous GI fluid. This is the partition whether the drug molecules lipid to aqueous, how it will be permeable, or whether it is permeable and how much amount of the drug will be permeable. This is depend on the partition coefficient. This is enough for at that time, because this is the partition means, that means one layer is the hard lipid, another is the aqueous, same, but in junction inter between the lipid and layer, and that coefficient determine the how much amount of the drug which permeable to the inside the cell. So if the partition coefficient KMW is Km by W is higher the rate of absorption. CGIT and C, and difference in the concentration of the drug in the GI fluid and the plasma also. If the GI fluid, that means in the outside membrane concentration is high, then the inside concentration, so better will be the absorption, because in that case the gradient concentration or driving force is the higher. So higher concentration always goes the higher driving force, and higher will be the rate of absorption. Another is the H equal to thickness of the membrane. It is obviously, if your strainer is the high thickness, the low absorption rate, the higher it is a higher absorption rate. Characteristics of the passive diffusion. What are the silent feature of these characteristics of the passive diffusion? First one, it is the energy independent. There is no ATP will be required for this purpose, and greater the area, lesser the thickness of the membrane, faster the diffusion. If greater area, faster; if lesser thickness, faster. The process rapid over a short distance. Concentration equal on the both sides of the membrane, or equilibrium is attained, and greater the permeable concentration of the drug and the faster the absorption. But this is not in case of the passively absorbed drug enter blood, rapidly swept away and distributed into the large volume of the fluid, and in that case there is no absorption of the drug. The concentration of the drug at the absorption site, or CGIT, is maintained greater than the concentration of the plasma. Such a condition, it is called the sink condition of the drug absorption. If that means a stagnant drug concentration, that means a stagnant concentration of the drug which is just deposited into the CGIT or GI fluid, that is called the sink condition. That means a dam condition or sink condition of the drug absorption. Under usual absorption condition, D, A, Km, W and H are the constant. The term D, A, Km, H can be replaced by the combined constant P equal to the permeability coefficient. And permeability, e.g. with the drug can permeate or diffuse through the membrane. This is one of the important factor which particle permeable to the membrane. If it is not permeable, there is no chance of absorption. Due to the sink condition, the C is very small in the comparison to CGIT. dq dt equal to pgit. Equation number 2 in the short form. This equation 2 is expressed for a first order of process. Thus, the passive diffusion follow the first order kinetic. What is first order kinetic? When the drug particle is or drug absorption is dependent upon the concentration gradient, it's called first order kinetic. If the concentration is high, higher the rate of absorption. If the concentration is low, lower the absorption. So the concentration is the main factor for absorption or any factors, that is called the first order kinetics. Other than this, pseudo first order, second order type of reaction. But in this case, always you remember it in case of enzymes and all enzymes and drug absorption, the first order, because it is dependent on the concentration. Then the port transport, it is called the convenient transport system bulk flow filtration mechanism through which the protein channel present in the cell membrane. By this method, the port will be help for the drug absorption and drug permeable through the port transport, renal excretion, removal of the drug CSF and entry of the drug in the liver. So our body have the different cell and they are different permeability and their cell structure also different. Most of the drug are the same type, most of the cells are same type, But in case of blood-brain barrier or plasma placental barrier or CSF cerebrospinal fluid cell, which type of, there is a special type of cell and their permeability also different. Permeability also different. Permeability also different in case of cell pore transport system or in case of other cells transport system. The driving force and the hydrostatic and the osmostatic pressure difference across the membrane. Thus, the bulk flow of the water along with the small solid molecule through aqueous channel water flux that promotes such a transport is called the solvent drag. And the process is important and the absorption, the lower molecular weight is less than 100 Dalton. That particle or that drug, that type of drug can be absorbed by the passive diffusion. That means low molecular size, smaller than the diameter of the pore, and generally water soluble drugs through the narrow and aqueous filled channel or pore or urea and water or sugar molecule which passes through this process. Chain like or linear compound up to 400 Dalton by the filtration process. Below 100 the passive diffusion or pore channel and 400 Dalton it is by filtration process. Ion pair transport system responsible for the reabsorption of the compound with a ionized at the pH value and quaternary ammonium and sulfonic acid which is depend upon the ionic process and ion modulated to form a neutral complex with a endogenous ion which is both the acquired lipophilicity and aqueous solubility of the passive diffusion. Suppose propanolol, which is a drug for the heart rate control. The heart rate is the alpha beta receptor antagonist, and basically it is found in the form of Inderal. Market name is the Inderal, and the basic drug that form a ion pair with the oleic acid, the lipid fatty acid, is absorbed by this mechanism. Basically, this propanolol it is a ionic form of drugs that is pair with the oleic acid, then goes to the this goes for the absorption by this ion pair transport system. Another is the carrier mediated. This is another interesting parameter by which drug will be absorbed. Those that passive diffusion fail, ion pair pore channel, this is another. Suppose in case of in your carrier system, carrier mediated transport system. What is called carrier mediated system? That means one carrier which is goes from outside to inside, just like a truck which carries one material from one side to another side, then they carry one material, then another it. So carrier mediated transport involves the carrier which is reversible bind to the solute and solvent and to form the solute carrier complex. That means the some carrier molecule which contains some carrier, that carrier bind with the solute and then the solute carrier molecules, solute carrier complexes. And this molecule transfers across the membrane to the other side and dissociated, yielding the solute molecules to carrier molecule return to the original site to concept. And in this carrier means there is suppose one carrier or one truck or one transporter system which is available in the cell membrane. This carrier which bind with the drug particles and they form the complex, and that complex with carrier molecule which goes to the outside to inside, and that will be classified into two types. One is the facilitated diffusion, another is active transport. That means carrier molecule or carrier mediated transport always requires some energy. One is the facilitated, that means suppose one person running cycle and having some carrier, if he is a known person or if you want to another person to carry them, just like that, those particles which are bind with this carrier molecule and they formation of the solute carrier complex, and ultimately they transport to the outside to inside. Another is the active transport. This is the very important parameter or for the absorption, active site transport. It is energy we discussed in the lumen, the blood vessels. facilitate diffusion. What is called facilitate? Just like you can facilitate it with the other persons, that is called the facilitated diffusion, or higher concentration at the low concentration. Facilitated diffusion is the form of carrier transport that does not require for expenditure of the cellular energy. You facilitate the others carrier molecule. Carrier are come numerous in the numbers and they're found in the dissolve in the cell membrane. And the driving force is the concentration gradient. The particles moves from a region to higher region to lower region. So they just only because of the facility of the carrier molecule to transport the membrane. Extracellular space and the protein channel and extracellular fluid, the transport is added in the integral membrane protein. And facilitated diffusion mediated is the absorption of subsimple sugar, steroids, amino acid and pyrimidine from the small intestine and their subsequent transfer across the cell membrane. These type of substance, be remembered, which material is transported by the facilitated transport material, which by the integrated membrane protein by the facilitated diffusion. One is the steroid, simple sugar, amino acid and pyrimidine. So some particles which are transport to the facilitated transport system. Active transport require the energy. It is quite different than the any other transport system and requires the energy which is provided by the hydrolysis of ATP for the transportation. So in that case, it is the process by which energy will be required. Other process cannot be required any energy other than process. So that is the difference between the other process than the active transport process. And more commonly, metabolic energy is provided by the active transport of sodium, or it is depend upon the electrochemical gradient product by the sodium potassium pump or by the enzyme sodium potassium ATPase, the secondary active transport system. Just like your pumping system in your house to lifting up in the water from ground level to top level of the home, that type of, and in that case electric energy will be required. Here same type of substance, some potassium pumping system, or the sodium potassium pump, you can know it, the sodium potassium pump or sodium potassium pump or sodium potassium inhibitor like pantoprazole, lisinoprazole, that type of pump can inhibit the sodium, potassium or hydrogen ion. So in the active transport, the process by which energy will be required for absorption of the drugs. Active transport is the extracellular fluid and inside the cell, and energy is the driving force or energy to force to particle size outside to inside by applying energy, and this transport is required energy from the ATP. And primary active transport, direct ATP is required, and the process transfer only one ion or molecule or in the direction called the uniport. Uniport, in the case of active transport system, there is three types of, one is the uniport, symport and the antiport. Uniport, symport and antiport. Absorption of glucose, uniport. Then uniport means those drugs which are a single molecule which passes outside to inside or inside to outside or vice versa. It is called the uniport. Means only single molecule, a single molecule like glucose absorption or ABC or ATP binding cascade transport system. No direction requirement of ATP. The energy will be required for transport in the added the transport system. And two types of another, the symport or antiport, or symport or the co-transporter. That means when the some component along with the others component goes to the same direction, either outside to inside or inside to outside, it is called the symport. Suppose sodium with water. Always sodium when enter into the cell, always water molecule goes to the enter into the cell. So it is called the symport or co-transporter. That means they transport simultaneously. That is called the two different component transport to the same direction. It is called the co-transport, and the two different component which is the different direction, it is called the antiport or counter transport. This is the antiport, as is the symport. This in case of as for example of the antipode, when the sodium enter into the cell, potassium will be goes out. That is called the antipode. That means two different component transport to the one direction, goes to the one direction, then other component will be goes out to the another direction. This is called the antipode system. Endocytosis, it is the another process by which it is the process by which the cell membrane or by engulfing also them the vesicular transport, and it is located in the three mechanism. One is the phagocytosis. This is the most common mechanism seen in the class 8 level also. Phagocytosis, that means the microorganism can be engulfed by the WBC, and that will be digested by the lysozyme enzyme, and ultimately the organism will be killed or by immunity will be developed by the phagocytosis. And the pinocytosis and transcytosis. Phagocytosis, you can see it, the various steps related to this. The microbes or the other particle which goes to the plasma, which enter into the plasma, and the plasma component, the plasma component or phagocytosis cell. Phagocytosis vesicle, the lysozyme enzyme which digests the lysozyme enzymes, and phagolysosomes. This phagolysosome, which is residual body, the integral part, and ultimately it will be destroyed. The process will be described and the details here. You can see it just the chemotaxin and the other constituent microbes of the phagocytosis, and ingestion of the microgen of phagocyte, and formation of phagosome, and fusion of the phagosome with the lysosome, and digestion by the ingested microbes. This is the process. It's called the phagocytosis. Transcytosis, it is the process by which the various macromolecules are transferred across the cell membrane. They are captured the vesicle and the other side of the, and then cell the endocytosis vesicle and transfer from the extracellular component. The generally use of the transfer of IgA and insulin by the transcytosis. It is the process through which various macromolecule, all these macromolecule transfer across the cell membrane. They are capsulated in the vesicle. Actually vesicle means outside the cell, on one side of the cell, and the endocytic vesicle is transferred from extracellular compartment to another means inside the cell. That vesicle which is present outside the cell membrane, that's endocytosis cell which transfer outside to inside. It is called the transcytosis. Pinocytosis is the process of endocytosis in which the small particles are brought to the cell and forming the imagination, and this is the small particle are suspended in the small vesicle, and they are required energy required from the ATP. It works phagocytosis, and it's only diffusion being, and is non-specific in the subsequent process. So this process is very important for the absorption of the oil soluble vitamins like A, D, E, K, and it is uptake of nutrient. That is called the pinocytosis. Next we discuss about the another factors affecting the drug absorption in the next class. So thank you all for listening the lectures. If you any comment, please comment your comment box. If any queries, question your Google Classroom or in my YouTube channel. If you like it, please like option and don't to subscribe it. Thank you very much for listening the lecture. Next class we discuss about the factors affecting the rate of absorption in the next day. Stop.